Hey, dear one. Today I want to share something very special. I am offering a monthly roundtable of tribal wisdom since almost a year now. And the only people invited that I know personally. And it's not an official webinar where you can buy your way in. It's just for people I know personally that I trust and that I know have something to share of value. And I have decided it would be a good idea to actually share the topics each month on my YouTube channel also, to share it publicly. But I will only share the beginning with the slides that I'm opening up those meetings always. And in those meetings, I always start with a topic that I have chosen as a host this month, and start with some slides to inspire people. And then in the meetings, then everybody is adding their own thoughts, ideas, different angles of perspective, deeper insights, own experiences. So so everybody benefits from it. But it came to my mind that actually I could put out those topics also for you, for the public, and then you don't have the discussion with the others, but you can get inspired for yourself too. And in this way, you can benefit from what I'm offering each month. So, and today it's the equinox. That's just by coincidence, because it's always the third Sunday in a month that we meet. And yeah, okay. I will go now to screen sharing and enjoy, and I hope you get inspired. And you will see an email address, so you can throw me an email if you have some questions or ideas or want to share something, or you can comment below under the video. So you will be also kind of a part of this round table in some way. Yeah, we all have to share some wisdom in some way. We just have to ignite it and become aware of it, that we have to share something that is valuable. So okay, let's go into screen sharing mode. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's the roundtable of tribal wisdom. The tribe is everybody who is feeling he's and she's part of the tribe, and who is personally connected somehow with me and wants to share. Yeah. The topic of this month is going to be unexpected. And the X is because of Easter coming up. And yeah, the intention behind the Roundtable of Tribal Wisdom is that the tribe is counseling the tribe, because everybody's holding some wisdom and knowledge, and yeah, we all go through life, make our experiences, and it's not just about one person being also experienced and being a teacher, and everybody else is just consuming. It's about everybody is part of that. In a natural tribe, like we used to live together, now those tribes are whoever decides to be part of it. That's the modern version of a tribe. But in the old days, everybody was kind of adding to the everybody had to add something for the community and for the people coming together and living together. So in our personal meetings, it is that everybody's coming to the table is seen as a natural and therefore sovereign infinite being and is treated with love, honor, and respect. And that is always the intention behind it. And our meetings are taking place every third Sunday in a month. And this is the email address where you could also throw me an email if you have some question or idea or something you want to share. That's roundtable@natalieesser.com, as you can see on the screen. And the unexpected. Being the one who's different. And if you are listening to that, it's very likely you are the one who is kind of different. And that's a good thing, because naturally everybody is different in some way. If we are not robots, if we are human beings, we are in some ways the same, and in many ways we are different as the others. So being the one who's different. And it's this damn optimistic Easter eggs. Always look at the bright side of life, and I am sure you will understand the joke because of Easter coming up and Monty Python's The Life of Brian. Is an egg, is it protection or is it prison? Depends on your point of view, and depends on the moment in time. What used to be a protection for a long time might then become too small for us, and we are coming out of the egg. And that's a cute picture, isn't it? What is really important is someone coming out of the egg, out of the protective barrier. It is very, very important that an egg has to be opened from within. Someone shared some years ago a beautiful story about a butterfly. And this butterfly is in his cocoon, is going through transformation. The being it used to be is transforming, and if you try to help this being to get out of the cocoon, for example, in the case of the butterfly, but it's very similar also with an egg, the being will not have the muscles. It needs the struggle to come out of the egg somehow. It is, and in nature, a little bird will hatch naturally, normally. And normally it doesn't need help. And of course, it's a question, if it's a question of life and death, of course, then you help it. But have the patience to wait for the being to come out of it itself. Because this is actually a mistake I have made myself very often. You cannot become a wise person until you have been a stupid person very often in your life, and been able to admit you have been stupid and you're able to learn from it. This is what actually is growing wisdom. So I wanted to help people because I could see what would be their next step on their journey. But if this is too early and the person doesn't understand it now, we're just causing friction in our personal relationships. So we cannot free people who are not ready for it. That's not a good idea. And it's not making sense to preach to people about freedom who enjoy their prison cell. And that is something that is really, really important at the moment, because we might have very different opinions about some things happening at the moment on this planet. And if someone isn't ready to wake up at the moment, you cannot make them wake up. They have to naturally come out of their eggshell, so to speak. We expand when we're ready. And looking from the outside, we cannot know when someone else is ready. Sometimes we think we know it, but I have seen it very often and have experienced it personally. It's very often just entitlement to think we know when the other is ready. They have to realize they are ready. Yeah, and we need patience for that. And if we are ready, nothing's going to stop us. Yeah. And that is the moment when we can assist people. Yeah. When they are ready, then, yeah, we can tell them, okay, go, go, go. And things that try to stop us are a test somehow. If we are strong and dedicated enough, like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon, or like the little bird here hatching out of the egg when it's too small for him, and he tries to come out, and yeah, then it's using its muscles that it needs later. Yeah, and that's a cute picture, isn't it? The unexpected. Coming out of the little eggshell. Okay, I see I have a problem with my slide here because it doesn't show properly. Okay, that's good to know before I start my webinar. So sorry for that, guys. Okay. Earth. The name Gaia is having AI in it. There is an AI overlay over the natural Earth. And the matrix we are all living in is an artificial overlay over our natural surrounding. And we are normally not aware of it. Most people are not aware of it. Some can see it, and I have seen it all of my life. And how the material fabric is actually created. And to me, reality looks, yeah, I can switch between those different ways of looking at the world. But to me, especially when the light has a special condition, my reality looks like a pixeled old TV screen, actually. And it has always looked that way. And I'm born 1969, so it was not that I was under the influence of some computer games or something like that. That didn't exist when I was a little kid. But I could see that reality is having this overlay that is, yeah, that's just, to me and to other people I know, that is normal to see that there has been some beings have screwed with our reality somehow. Yeah. Okay, and there's an overlay over our planet, and therefore the name Gaia is having the name AI already in it. So I will prefer to refer to her natural state as the Earth. And it's, those overlays are programs, and we are all programmed to some degree. And those who think about themselves to be awake, yeah, to some degree they have deprogrammed themselves, but those are layers. And be really, really careful, because I have met some people who thought about themselves to have been free of those programs, and those have been the most overtaken people ever. So be really, really careful with this. And we have to become aware of our programs. That is really, really important step. If you just deny that they exist, they will stay active. And it's a dangerous thing, because we think, yeah, I know this all, I've seen it all, yeah, the others, they are programmed, I'm not programmed. And I can tell you, I have broken free from a lot. There's still way too much active within myself. And to be humble enough to see that that is not a weakness, this is a strength. Because, yeah, there is a lot in, maybe in the New Age community or in the Truther community, there are a lot of people who are kind of bypassing, and they're all judging on the outside. It's always the other who's not awake and who is not in the know, and it's never the own person. And that's a tricky thing, because the only person we can change is ourselves, and we have to really look at ourselves in a very, very sober way. And I can tell you, for example, dream state is something where we can see as well sometimes how there are attempts to enter a dream state and to hijack it and to project some technical stuff into our dream state, because this is actually possible to inject dreams. The things you can see in Hollywood, like the film Inception, that's yesterday's news. That stuff is real. And on the other hand, as I have experienced such dreams, I'm grateful for that, because they show me the programming and the attempts to program me, and where there are rests of old programs still running through my system. Yeah, and this is the way how you can use it also. Those dreams are actually really, really helpful to show you where you have fears and insecurities, and where you are still reactive and not acting out of a state of a free being. And meeting the man in black, and here it's the minions in black. And I have to tell you, a few weeks ago, I don't know, it's 2 or almost 3 weeks ago, I had actually a man in black showing up on my door. And I didn't recognize it in the first moment, because, yeah, it was unexpected. I didn't expect it, and because I'm not that much into all of these alien stuff and all of that, but I have pissed some people off over time, and especially the last few months. Me and some other friends, we have discovered a net of people who are teachers and who are actually highly under mind control. And so I have triggered some stuff, and actually I had a laptop destroyed because of that. Because I offered someone help, she was asking for help, and I contacted her. And I don't know if my message ever reached this person. She then decided to keep on with her program. That is fine, there's free will. But maybe it was just also a trap. That might be. I just tapped into a trap, and actually my laptop got destroyed, because the last thing was I did send her an email, and yeah, the next thing was that my hard drive was encrypted. Yeah, that's it. Okay, shit happens. Okay, and so yeah, I have triggered some people. And almost 3 weeks ago, my doorbell was ringing, and I went to the door. I didn't recognize it because, yeah, if you don't expect it, you don't see it the way. I didn't recognize it was a man in black, but there was a very tall, skinny young man standing in front of me, and in a dark suit. And he was looking at me and saying, "Don't fret." And I thought, why would I? A strange way to say hello. And he then said he's from the national cable company. And I looked at that guy and I thought, he's not looking human at all. Strange vibes. And when he told me he's from the national cable company, because of new cable coming into my area, I looked at him and I thought, okay, I don't want to have anything to do with this guy, and I don't want to buy anything from him. So I looked at him and I said, thanks, but no thanks, I'm not interested, and wanted to close the door. And then he said, no, it's about the construction work. And I looked at him and I thought, okay, that's total nonsense, because I'm not the owner of this house and I'm not living on street level. So I have nothing to do with any construction work because of some cable. That was totally stupid. And I thought, okay, again, I don't want to have anything to do with that guy with this strange vibe. And I said, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. And I've been shutting the door. And while I was shutting the door, I could see that he had something in his hand, and I thought it is a mobile. And actually now, when I remember it, yeah, my mind created a mobile out of it, but it was looking very unusual because it was just a small black screen. And he instantly started talking into that thing without doing anything before that. And he was saying, yeah, she's not cooperative. And I thought, wow, that's been strange, but went on doing my normal stuff, while I could still hear him talk in front of my door, but didn't pay attention. Okay, a few minutes later, the doorbell was ringing again, and I thought, yeah, maybe postman or something like that. Opened the door, and again, this guy was in front of my door, and he was angry as hell. Yeah, really Agent Smith style angry. And he said, "Just so you know it, you will receive a telephone call, and you will receive a blockage because of your unfriendliness." Until this point, I have not been unfriendly in any way. I just said, no, no, thank you. Yeah, that's not unfriendly. And I looked at him and I thought, okay, that guy, and he's crazy. And I laughed at him, called him a nutter, and slam shut the door. Now I have been unfriendly. And yeah, nothing happens. They try to intimidate people because they try to also wearing this suit and being very tall and very businesslike, and don't fret. You know, the way the human brain is working, we don't understand the word "don't." So actually, they try to intimidate you, so you will act out of your own programming, and you have to unprogram yourself to not be vulnerable to stuff like that, because there's nothing they can do if you don't cooperate. If your program always talks to a program, so don't react in a way they want you to. Okay, yeah. So that's been the Minion in Black I've been meeting. Totally banana. And yeah, that's interesting because actually we all know the Agent Smith effect. And Agent Smith, I have realized he's even dressed the same way, is actually a Man in Black program. And this program can show up in every person around us. And this program is able to overtake any person that is heavily programmed. While a Man in Black shows up in person if they want to reset you, but you have to be cooperative for that. So don't be cooperative. Stay natural. Stay yourself. And yeah, the Agent Smith effect that you might see in other people who are not wearing black suits in most cases. They are just some friend or neighbor you're talking to. And yeah, the Agent Smith effect in the movie The Matrix. Agent Smith has the ability to enter any body at any time. And that often happens when the Matrix is threatened by Neo. This scenario is a reflection of our real world. For example, you're having a conversation with a friend and everything is fine until you mention something like 9/11 was an inside job. Now watch what happens. Up pops Agent Smith to replace the person you were just having a conversation with, to attack you because old truth threaten the Matrix. Very important to keep that in mind. Most people have had the Agent Smith programming since birth. These programmed people become the guardians of the Matrix, protectors of the code. The police of mind control and enforcers of the indoctrination which holds together our false concept of reality like superglue. As I said, Agent Smith is this Man in Black program actually running in every person, and actually Man in Black just shows up if you're pissed off. Yeah, the forces in that want to be in power, if you really piss them off. Yeah. And yeah, don't be cooperative. So how do you burst out of your egg shell? It is important, very, very important, that a program can only communicate with another program. So if you are still programmed heavily, you can see where they trigger you. This is an area where you have still a program running. So the best way to free yourself is to unprogram yourself by observing yourself where you are triggered by programs. For example, yeah, if you fret, if someone is intimidating you, if you are feeling intimidated by someone who is acting very authoritative, stuff like that. So you might see me following the rules quite often, but just out of one reason, not because I'm afraid and because of my programming, but it's making sense if you want to stay under the radar. It's not making sense to have daily interactions with Agent Smith or Men in Black. It's yeah, it's a waste of time and energy. So never act out of fear or anger or because you're triggered, because that is their program and that's their game, and you will never be able to beat them in their own game. You can only beat them if you are leaving the eggshell, if you unprogram yourself. So don't play their game. If you don't know what to do, then just do something totally hilarious. Walk backwards, run in a circle, do something totally hilarious, but don't do what they want you to do. Because when they can predict you and control you, then is how they can influence you. So if they can't predict and control you, Yeah, and they get pissed like my man in black in front of my door. And then, you know, good job. Have fun, be playful, be creative, be human. It's really, in this world is everything upside down. At the moment, people want to kind of worship technology because they try to enhance their own humanness by implementing all of those technical stuff into their own being, because they think they would improve themselves because we as human are so imperfect. But it's actually the other way around. Technical intelligence, artificial intelligence is just is mirroring actually nature, but it will never be as good as nature because it's not creative. It's driving this artificial intelligence crazy, that we, being these imperfect beings, are actually yeah, more advanced than them. That's why they want to enslave us. That's the reason why they did hijack this whole planet. Okay, yeah. Being human is our superpower. Please keep that in mind. And that's been the presentation for the my monthly roundtable of tribal wisdom. That is going to start in a few minutes. And yeah, in my roundtable group, we will then have the discussion between all of us and their own experiences, people that are joining. And for you listening to this little presentation, it's to, yeah, inspire you and ignite you and to help you to act unexpected, be the act that is different, and break out of the eggshell and, yeah, screw the minions in black. They only have power if you believe they have power. You're way more powerful. Yeah. Okay. Have a great time. Until next time. Here